girls, Hannah again. Welcome to your Week 3 Foody Camp Nutrition Training session. In this session, we will cover how you progress with your pantry magic and listening to your body for signs of hunger and fullness. Week 3, Hump Week support. The importance of and recommended intakes of fluid. Some tips and tricks for this week. And lastly, we'll answer some of the questions that your fellow foodie campers had for this week. Firstly, how did you go with pantry magic? Did you open that bag of bad food? Did you resist temptation? Hopefully it's still sealed tight in the deepest shelf of your pantry. Did you try listening to your body whilst eating? How did you feel when you only ate half the food on your plate? Did you feel that you ate less because you were actually comfortable? Did you remember this feeling and serve yourself less for the next meal? If you did, congratulations! You have just made one of the first psychological steps to sustainable weight loss. Well done! Okay, so this week is Hump Week. You might be feeling tired and losing motivation. Your past habits might be sneaking back into your day-to-day life. You may be treating yourself a little too often with a glass of white with jats and cheese after a long day at work. Remember, we're not perfect. The long-term goal of Foodie Camp is to feel good, have more energy, and reduce the risk of disease such as type 2 diabetes and cardiovascular disease down the track. Don't let your missteps derail you. Every healthy choice and activity you make counts. And don't forget, you have support around you. Your family and friends who may be following the Foodie Camp meal plans alongside you, and most importantly, your fellow foodie campers who are feeling those Hump Week negatives alongside you. They surround you for advice and support. Booty Camp HQ, myself, and your Booty Camp trainers are also here for any questions and motivation you may need. Shoot us an email, post us a comment on our Facebook page, or call us. We are here to help and support you to achieve your goals. Okay, so did you know that water is the largest single component in your body, making up about 60% of our body weight? It's essential for digestion, absorption, and excretion, and acts as a transport medium for all nutrients around the body. It also maintains our body temperature. Dehydration leads to headache, fatigue, lightheadedness, and many other unpleasant symptoms. It's important to know that thirst is often mistaken for hunger, so staying well hydrated by drinking at least 2 to 2.5 litres of fluid a day can really help overeating and making healthy food choices. If you feel hungry, try drinking a glass of water and then seeing if you feel hungry half an hour later. Water is usually the best fluid, but if you're exercising regularly and sweating, then drinks that contain carbohydrates and electrolytes, such as sports drinks like Gatorade and Powerade, weak cordial, or even surprisingly milk, are best for rehydrating during and after vigorous exercise. So Ben Desborough, a dietitian and researcher at Griffith University, and his team have actually proven that milk is one of the best recovery drinks after exercise because it does contain carbohydrates and protein carbohydrates to fuel your body, protein to repair your muscles, and fluid to rehydrate. So next workout, try having a glass of milk after. You may not feel like one before, but after is a great recovery drink. Okay, time for some tips and tricks this week. Oven bake the Cajun tortilla triangles and make the mini quiches over the weekend for snacks during the week. The recipes are included with this week's meal plan. Remember to thaw your frozen mixed berries the night before for morning tea on Monday. For the barbecue seeded mustard lamb cutlets for dinner on Monday, be careful of flying mustard seeds when you're pan frying. Pop the lid on to avoid this hazard. Some breakfasts include sliced mango. These aren't in season at the moment, so you can substitute fresh fruit of your choice, something like banana, rock melons, strawberries, or grapes. Lunch for Thursday includes a salmon salad using leftover baked salmon from Wednesday night, so be sure to bake an extra fillet and pack it in a container straight away. Some lunches this week are 3/4 of the size of your main meal from the night before, so make sure, as I said, to pack those into your lunch in a container straight away to avoid eating it that night. Dinner Friday night includes a grilled burger, so be sure to only include the burgers that I've listed to avoid overeating calories, and be sure not to buy the combo with chips and a soft drink. Please let us know via email if you require the vegetarian or gluten-free alternatives for this week's meal plan. Okay, time for some questions from fellow foodie campers this week. Myself and my partner are following the Foodie Camp meal plans together. Is 1400 calories enough for my husband? Firstly, Foody Camp has been designed so that your whole family can follow the meal plans together, so it's really amazing that you and your partner are pursuing this journey together. The Foody Camp calorie intake has been calculated based on a 60 to 70 kilo female with a calorie deficit to include sustainable weight loss to about half a kilo to 1 kilo a week over a 6 to 12 week period. So depending on your partner's body weight, yes, the Foody Camp meal plans are probably a little light on calories for him. If he's feeling hungry regularly, he could try increasing the portion sizes of his 3 main meals by adding about an extra 50% to provide him with an extra 2,000 kilojoules a day or 480 calories. So for example, he could have an extra piece of rye toast with avocado for your brekkie or an extra mini quiche for afternoon tea. Okay, now for the nutrition mythbuster for this week. Chicken is full of growth hormones. This is not the case in Australia. Adding hormones or steroids to chickens was banned in Australia in the 1960s. And the reason for the rumour was hormones was being added to chicken in South America in the 1980s, which led to everyone thinking that the practice was occurring worldwide. The Department of Agriculture, Fisheries and Forestries also test chicken meat regularly, and no hormone residues has been detected. So you can rest assured that the Australian chicken that you buy is free from hormones. Okay girls, that's me done. Just to recap, I chatted about how you progress with Pantry Magic and listening to your body for signs of hunger and fullness. Secondly, we talked about challenges of Hump Week and that you're surrounded by support. We also talked about the importance and recommended intakes of fluid, and then we talked about some tips and tricks for this week. Lastly, we answered some questions that a fellow Foody Camper had this week. Enjoy week 3 of Foody Camp, girls, and remember, healthy is a lifestyle, it's a way of living, it's a decision, and it's a commitment. Healthy is the new sexy.